Jeffy's butler. Yes, this episode from Super Mario Logan rocks. Let me tell you the reasons why this episode rocks in my opinion. The video starts off with Marvin and Rose flirting, which Jeffy finds pathetic. Jeffy asks Marvin to help him assemble a Lego pirate ship, but Marvin doesn't want to. The doorbell then rings, and Marvin leaves to answer the door. When Marvin answers the door, Chives bursts in the house asking Marvin to hide him from Goodman. Marvin agrees and takes him upstairs. Soon after, the doorbell rings again and Chives suspects that Goodman is likely at the door. Marvin leaves to answer the door, and Chives hides in the bathroom. Marvin answers the door to a very angry Goodman, who is looking for Chives. Marvin tries to trick Goodman into thinking Chives isn't in the house, but as it turns out, Chives had a tracker up his butt. Goodman tracks Chives to the bathroom and finds him there, and takes him outside. Knowing how cruel Goodman is, Marvin tries to convince Chives to stand up for himself. However, before Chives can do so, Goodman smacks him in the face, and tells him he's gonna get a spanking. While Goodman constantly spanks Chives in Goodman's car, Marvin goes back inside the house. The doorbell rings, and Marvin opens the front door to see Chives again on his doorstep. He tells Marvin he escaped from Goodman and desperately begs him to hide him again. Marvin hesitantly agrees, but he tells Chives to find his own hiding spot. Before he hides, Chives poops out his tracker in his butt and flushes it down the toilet. Marvin finds Goodman on his doorstep looking for Chives again, preparing to hit him with a baseball bat when he finds him. He tracks down Chives' chip to the bathroom, but doesn't find Chives there. When Goodman looks down at the toilet, he believes Marvin flushed Chives down the toilet, and tells Marvin to flush Goodman down the toilet to look for Chives. Afterwards, Chives is relieved when he heard from Marvin that Goodman is flushed down the toilet. Marvin and Rose decide to hire Chives as Jeffy's butler. Jeffy's first demand to Chives is to build his Lego pirate ship, which is supposed to take 10.5 hours to build. 10 hours and 45 minutes later, Chives finishes the pirate ship. Jeffy takes the pirate ship to the bathroom to see if it floats and drops it into an empty bathtub, destroying it. Chives is astonished, but Jeffy responds that it didn't float. Next, Chives makes Jeffy a small pizza made of Play-Doh, and the latter tells the former to eat it. Chives initially refuses, but Jeffy demands him to eat it. Chives takes a bite and instantly gets disgusted. When Jeffy isn't looking, Chives throws the rest of the pizza behind the couch. Jeffy tells Chives to make some water balloons. However, after Chives finishes making the balloons, Jeffy starts throwing them at him, until Chives suggests they do something else. Jeffy forces Chives to put on a chicken suit. Chives then starts effortlessly clucking like a chicken, but Jeffy points out it's not realistic enough. Chives then manages to actually cluck like a chicken. Chives then colors a picture in a coloring book for Jeffy. The colored picture looked perfectly drawn, but Jeffy angrily pointed out the tiny mistake Chives made while he was trying to color inside the lines. Chives finally snaps and declares he doesn't need to work for Jeffy nor Goodman, and quits, to Jeffy's shock. As Chives walks to the front door, he is encountered by Goodman, who found Chives' tracking device in the sewer. Chives decides to stand up for himself and announces that he quits working for Goodman. However, nonetheless, an unfazed Goodman tells Chives to put his tracker back in his butt. When Chives refuses, Goodman offers him money, stating that he has 20,000 different reasons why the tracker should go back inside Chives' butt. Chives then asks Goodman to wipe his Lamborghini with his butt, and Goodman accepts. Marvin and Rose meet up with Jeffy, and ask him if he and Chives had a good time together. Jeffy tells them that Chives quit, and shows him a new Lego Ferris wheel set, which has 1,002 pieces, and that it will take about 8.5 hours to build. Marvin reluctantly agrees to build the set with Jeffy. And that's how the episode goes. This episode was awesome. I like it. Do you know who likes this episode? Christian Pinelow. He ranked this episode number 39 on his Sionc2022 worst to best rank list, and I don't know who hates this episode. so I'm going to leave it be. Anyways, Jeffy's butler rocks, and so does Jeffy's Easter eggs. Junior's iPad sucks.